In the post-credit scene of Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, we unexpectedly get a glimpse into the future of Chris Pratt Star-Lord. While this latest MCU installment signals the end of this iteration of the Guardians team, the scene hints that Star-Lord will make a return down the line, although the exact timing remains uncertain. Speculation now swirls around when and how we might see Star-Lord again, especially if it's not in a potential Guardians of the Galaxy 4. The emotional conclusion of Volume 3 sees Peter Quill deciding to take a break, leaving Rocket in charge of the Guardians. Peter returns to Earth to reconnect with his grandfather Jason, whom he hasn't seen since being abducted by the Ravagers on the same day his mother passed away. Apart from a brief return during the battle against Thanos, this marks Peter's first extended visit home. The scene itself is classic MCU post-credit humor, with Peter grumbling about mundane tasks like mowing the lawn while trying to settle back into normal life. Despite its comedic tone, this scene drops a significant hint about what's next for Star-Lord. As Peter continues munching on his breakfast, we see a variant of the usual MCU title card that reads, "The legendary Star-Lord will return." It's notable that this specifies Peter rather than the entire Guardians team, marking an intriguing shift. In an interview with Games Radar Plus, Pratt hinted that his return isn't guaranteed, emphasizing the importance of honoring James Gunn's trilogy. He mentioned that any return would need to feel right and not cynical, suggesting he'd only consider it if the project really clicked for him. Gunn himself discussed the idea of a legendary Star-Lord movie in the commentary for Guardians 3, envisioning a story where Peter adapts to life on Earth, much like others adapt to alien environments in outer space. It's a concept where Peter becomes a fish out of water in what we consider regular surroundings. If a solo movie isn't in the cards for Star-Lord, he could easily find himself back in action saving the galaxy once more, possibly returning with the new Guardians team featuring Cosmo, Kraglin, and Adam Warlock. The next big opportunity for Star-Lord's return in the MCU looks to be the Avengers double bill, starting with Avengers The Kang Dynasty in 2026 and followed by Avengers Secret Wars in 2027. Given the Guardians' track record, having previously appeared in Avengers Infinity War and Endgame, these epic world-saving missions seem like the perfect fit for Peter and potentially other Guardians to make their comeback. With Peter currently grounded on Earth, there's also speculation about potential cameos in upcoming Phase 5 movies. Imagine Star-Lord teaming up or even butting heads with the new Cap in Captain America 4. That would definitely be something fans would love to see. What else fans would love to see are the new characters. Now let's talk about the original Guardians of the Galaxy team, a group we haven't seen much of on screen. The initial lineup featured Vance Astro, Martinex Tanaga, Captain Charlie 27, and Yondu Udonta. They were later joined by Stakar Ogord, Alita Ogord, and Nikki. Out of these 7 characters, almost all have appeared in movies, but Yondu Udonta was the only one with a significant role. Now that Yondu is gone and the Guardians are regrouping, could we see some new faces or maybe bring back these old members into the spotlight? First, let's talk about the original members I'd love to see return to the new team. Vance Astro. He is the first leader of GOTG, but we have not seen him yet. Vance Astro, also known as Major Victory, is the original leader of the Guardians of the Galaxy from the Earth 691 timeline of the Marvel Universe. Despite being a compelling character with impressive powers, such as psychokinesis that allows him to manipulate matter with his mind, he has yet to make an appearance in the MCU. One reason for his absence could be tied to his status as a mutant. Historically, mutant characters were under the ownership of Fox due to licensing deals, but now that mutants are joining the MCU, the opportunity to introduce Vance Astro has never been better. His abilities include generating psychokinetic blasts and manipulating objects with precision. Over time, he's shown improvement in control, using his powers creatively, like slowing falls or adjusting trajectories without causing harm. Vance's endurance with his powers is limited to about half an hour before needing to recharge mentally. Initially dependent on a copper alloy bodysuit for survival during his millennia-long space journey, Vance later benefited from a spell by Krugar and a blood transfusion from Hollywood, freeing him from the suit's dependency while retaining its protective qualities. Aside from his powers, Vance is a skilled athlete, combatant, starship pilot, astronaut, and a natural leader and strategist. His potential inclusion in future MCU projects could bring a new dimension to the Guardians lineup. Martin X. Martin X is one of the original members of the Guardians, hailing from a group of genetically engineered humans designed for survival on Pluto. His unique abilities include enhanced strength, stamina, and durability, with skin made of organic silicone crystal. He can generate laser-like beams from his hands, emitting either heat from his right hand or cold from his left hand, and he can endure almost any type of injury. After using his powers to the fullest, he needs time to rest and recharge for about half an hour. In addition to his physical gifts, Martin X is highly skilled in 31st century technology, particularly in physics and engineering. In Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, Martin X appears in a somewhat toned-down version, portrayed by Michael Rosenbaum as part of Stacker Ogord's Ravagers. When they visit Yondu Udonta on Contraxia, it's to remind him of his exile for breaking Ravagers' rules. Moved by Yondu's sacrifice to save Peter Quill, Martin X and Stackar attend his funeral and later gather their team to honor his memory. Looking ahead, fans hope Martin X will get more than just a funeral in Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 4. He deserves another chance to shine. Bug or Veb? Bug, originally known as Galactic Warrior, debuted in Marvel Comics as a member of the Micronauts before joining the second iteration of the Guardians of the Galaxy. His early identity was inspired by a toy from the Micronauts line, with Marvel adjusting the character's name to avoid legal issues with the toy's rights. Bug's abilities include wall crawling, exceptional agility, and enhanced sight thanks to his helmet, which grants him expanded peripheral vision. His antennae allow him to communicate with others similarly equipped and provide heightened sensory awareness, including a limited danger sense. Director James Gunn once considered including Bug in the Guardians of the Galaxy films, but due to ownership rights held by Hasbro, who owns the Micronauts toy line, Bug's appearance in the MCU seemed unlikely. However, the character Veb in Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania, portrayed by David Dastmalchian, shares similarities with Bug, suggesting a potential stand-in role. Fans remain hopeful that Bug still might make an appearance in future Guardians of the Galaxy movies, especially as Marvel explores new storytelling opportunities. As Marvel explores new narratives and integrates mutant characters into the MCU, a lot of fans anticipate seeing Kitty Pryde's expanded role and contributions to future cinematic adventures. GOTG Volume 4 could be the answer. What do you think? Can Kitty Pryde replace Peter Quill's Star-Lord? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. We'll see you next time.